Industrijska konoplja zapravo nešto čak egzotično, kao što smo čuli, vladaju ugljikovodici, a ne više ugljikohidrati. No, prije jedno 200 godina u SAD-u, od kuda stižete, se zapravo čak i porez plaćao indijskom konopljem. Zbog čega? O čemu se tu radilo?
Well, there were actually, see, where hemp was so necessary in those times, back in the 1700s, if you were a farmer in North America, you were forced to grow hemp. It was against the law not to grow it because they needed that source for their canvas and for their ropes and their paper. It was widely used. So, you know, when you look at it today, it seems insane. Now it's outlawed and no one can grow it.
Najfascinantnija strana konoplje kada je primijenimo na ovom modernom svijetu je to što ona zapravo može pokretati i grijati domove i automobile, pokretati praktički onom količinom koju čovjek može sam uzgojiti. Na koji način se konoplje može koristiti za gorivo za automobile ili za grijanje kuće i u kojim zapravo količinama je potrebno da bi mogla ostvariti te ciljeve?
Well, I mean, in the old scale, they used to say like 1 acre of hemp. Now, an acre is 208 feet by 208 feet each way.
Oko 40 metara, znači po 40.
A bit more, I think more like 60 meters each way. But off of 1 acre of ground, the old scale, they could produce 500 gallons of ethanol off the hemp that was grown on that acre. And on top of that, the seeds from the plants themselves, although it's a shame to burn them as a fuel because they're so nutritious, but if you cold press the seeds, you can use hemp seed oil to run your diesel. You can run your tractor or your truck off the hemp seeds. But with these new processes they have today, enzyme processes, I mean, I've never been present when it was done, but they're saying that they can get as much as 1,800 gallons off that same acre of land. Now, that's just a very small piece of land. I mean, if you could actually get 1,800 gallons off 1 acre, then 500 gallons would run your car all year long. The other 1,000 gallons would heat your house, heat your hot water. You would become energy independent. You would be self-sufficient. And it's a wonderful, healthy thing to do. Grow hemp, water it. It's a wonderful plant.
Dobro je zapravo kod konoplje što u jednoj godini izraste barem neke vrste užasno puno, ponekad po 3-4 metra, što znači da skoro da se ne može usporediti ni sa jednom drugom biljkom, a kamoli sa sjećom stabala kojima treba po 20 godina da izrastu.
Well, no, it's already been proven. Like, I mean, when you plant a tree, it takes about 40 years for the tree to mature. But if you actually took, instead of cutting down an acre of trees, if you took that same acre and planted it in hemp, you would actually produce more pulp and paper from that acre. Plus, you would provide a constant way of employment for people. These hemp-based industries could be spread worldwide. I mean, you can build cars, you can build boats, airplanes, anything you want from hemp. It's 2/3 the weight of steel and 10 times stronger.
Malo je poznato da se od konoplje može dobivati vrlo dobra plastika u stvari. Uglavnom je danas dobivamo od naftnih derivata, međutim konoplja je također sposobna, ako sam dobro shvatio, proizvoditi bioplastiku.
Oh yes, hemp makes wonderful plastic. Everything that we have today can be made with hemp plastic. And I mean, the amazing thing with that plant, it's got the highest cellulose count of any plant on Earth. It's something like 77%, and that's what makes it such a wonderful energy source.
Na internetu se danas može naći slike puno proizvoda proizvedenih od konoplje. To su potpuno u našoj svijesti nepovezive stvari kad vidite tenisice od konoplje, električne gitare od konoplje, stolove od konoplje, stolce od konoplje i sve ovo drugo što zapravo prikazuju slike koje se mogu vidjeti. Najfascinantnija priča vezana uz konoplju je kada, to sam nedavno saznao, da se i karoserije automobila mogu i da su se stvarale efikasno upravo od konoplje. Kada je to bilo rađeno i s kakvim učincima?
Well, it was 1941. Henry Ford brought out his hemp car. And it's all over the internet. The pictures are there. It's a very nice looking automobile. But there's some very famous footage of him out there with a sledgehammer in the wintertime hitting the trunk of a car, the back of the car, with this sledgehammer, and he couldn't even put a dent in it. But yet we drive around today in metal cars that rust. You know, hemp doesn't rust. We should all be driving around in hemp cars. It would be safer and they would last forever.
Koliko sam shvatio, ti karoserija od bioplastike od konoplje je lakša i čvršća. U kojoj mjeri?
Well, it's 2/3 the weight of the steel. If you had a same size car and a steel body, it would weigh 3,000 pounds. But if you have it made out of hemp, it would weigh 2,000 pounds. So 1/3 lighter, but yet it is 10 times stronger. The material is 10 times stronger than steel.
I tek kad se čovjek oporavi od tog šoka da može svirati na električnoj gitari od konoplje ili džogirati u tenisicama od konoplje ili voziti auto na konoplju ili grijati kuću na konoplju ili slično, dolazi iznenađenjima nema kraja. Naime, od konoplje se također može proizvoditi i beton, odnosno građevni materijal za kuće. Na koji način se to radi i o kakvom je materijalu riječ i kakve su njegove osobine u odnosu na klasične betone koje koristimo?
Well, ordinary concrete, most of the time, I mean, they're mixing rocks and gravel in with it until it hardens up. Well, in this case, the hempcrete I seen in the Czech Republic, they had just taken small pieces of hemp from the plant that was dry, and they mixed that in, you know, instead of the rocks. And it made it more like an insulation. So it would be easier to heat. And but the building materials, I mean, it's limitless. You can build lumber from hemp. You can build anything that you can imagine. A table, the chairs, your car, your home, everything could be built from hemp.
Drugim riječima, od biljke koja raste u vrtu iza kuće. Danas industrijska konoplja, pogotovo onaj njen bratanac koji ima i medicinske učinke, a u sebi sadrži THC, u većini zemalja nije zakonski dopušten. Međutim, kao što smo vidjeli, u prošlosti je konoplja bila prihvaćena i uobičajena biljka. William Randolph Hearst, američki magnat, je 30. godina pokrenuo jednu zapravo dosta histeričnu medijsku kampanju o ludilu od jointa, pa se onda počelo slike kanabisa i te kulture za vlakna i važnog izvora ulja vezati nekakvi citati kao recimo pogana vražlja trava s korijenjem u paklu i slično. I u stvari suzbijanje konoplje popločila put jednoj sasvim drugoj vrsti svjetske ekonomije, u čijim rezultatima imamo danas prilike uživati dok vozimo super skupi benzin ili se poljoprivredna tla uništavaju obradama i slično. Naravno, umjesto konopljenih vlakana imamo petrokemijska, najlon, polijester i sve što smo već rekli. No, ono što je također zanimljivo jest da je u 19. stoljeću konoplja bila praktički uobičajen izvor sirovine za izradu raznih lijekova. Na koji način se konoplja u farmaceutskoj industriji u njenim početcima koristila, sa kakvim učincima, do kada je to zapravo bilo legalno?
Well, the pharmaceutical industry more or less came into the aspect of hemp medicine in the mid-1800s. Now, it was known throughout history that hemp was the most medicinal plant on earth. The ancient Persian religious text, the Vinadad, written 700 years before Christ, they listed the most medicinal plants known to man. Now, this is 700 years before Christ. The #1 plant on that list, cannabis hemp. So it's no secret, you know, what this can do as a medicine. But all through history, I mean, they used it as a medicine, and then in the mid-1800s, well, the pharmaceutical companies in those days, what was common practice? I mean, they would make the essential oils for many different medicinal herbs and plants and provide them to the people as a medicine.